Coaches. Time.
Shot, very solid half-court defense. Both teams 25-3, both playing the first time ever for a state championship. Can't be any more similar than that, Nick.
I don't think so. Let's talk about Holmdel first. Now, here's a team coming off its best season in school history.
Yes, they've won 25 games. They've gotten to the finals for the first time ever, and they had a big win in the semifinal to get here, beating Morristown, a real solid team. But you know, it's a tradition that's building. They've been good in recent years, and they think they can play with the big boys, which they have done during the year.
When you're talking about key, here's the kind of team that also likes to pound the ball. They start for football players.
Well, yes, they're a very athletic kind of team, but they're well-schooled, well-drilled, and they've had a program. Jim Baglin has been there 19 years, has averaged 20 wins a season. They have 3 players averaging in double figures, and, you know, they had a good win in beating Roselle and then Leonia to get here.
Now, Nick Shaw is the go-to player down low. They tell me he's big, he's strong, and he's athletic.
Well, he is. He's a left-hander, which creates some problems in and of itself. He's very aggressive, and he's always playing against bigger guys, and he's been up to the task every time.
Well, this should be a very even matchup. That's what everybody predicts. We'll see how it plays out when we come back with the starting lineups and the tip of this Group 2 championship game between Holmdel and West Morris Mendham. It's straight ahead as we continue right here on CN8, the Comcast Network. New Jersey, we are set for our Group 2 championship game as you get a good look at the Holmdel head coach, Tom Stead, in his 3rd season, guiding his team to 25 wins. That's the best winning season they've ever had in school history.
25 wins is, you know, it's got them in a great position. They came through beating Neptune to get here, a team that had beaten them earlier in the conference playoffs. And
Jim Baglin, a good friend of yours, the head coach at Mendham.
Yeah, I've known Jimmy a long time. He's an outstanding coach. He's done a terrific job with this program. It's just hard to believe this is the first time that they've been in a final.
Good look at the lineup. Klatsky, Krudup, Fleischner, McKeever, and Schrankel. Big inside star there for Holmdel. West Morris will come out with Helbig, Herman, Wendifer, Shaw, and Schiffner.
Well, this should be a good one. This is 2 similar style teams.
Mr. Caputo, Bessels, and Spinelli will be blowing the whistles out there today. We are set, and the tip is controlled by Holmdel, the Hornets, with the basketball to start things off. They like to pound it inside if they can. Schrankel in a high post, gives up outside. Down low at the block, powering up strong, and it just rolls off the iron for Fleischner. Gets his own foul and a foul. And Adam Fleischner, with a good second effort, will go to the free throw line.
Well, it's always a concern. Rebounding is such a significant part of this game, and immediately Holmdel goes in and gets the second putback. Here's the Fleischner. Goes after the miss, gets it back, draws the foul.
Fleischner's variation of dreadlocks as he hits the first, as it's 1-0.
Well, I think he's worn this for the championship. Had his hair done.
He made a statement. He also can make free throws. It's now 2-0 for the Hornets of Holmdel. And here comes the press right away. Full court man. Tyler Helbig will bring it up. They try to force it a little bit on the wing. And Nick Shaw is knocked out of bounds, but Mendham still has possession.
Well, you see both teams running their sets. First possession for each, running their sets. Not too much individual breakdown.
All the way in the, almost across the backcourt line. Schiffner wants to let it go. A little wild, no good. Rebound easily controlled by Krudup. And they come up in a hurry. Krudup gives up to Klatsky. Oh, good reach in, good hands by Schiffner, and Jeff Schiffner knocks it out of bounds. I think you really see both teams painstakingly trying to get the ball down low. Each says that's where their offense really starts.
I just saw Jim Baglan talking to his team. The last possession, they shot it kind of quickly, and he's telling them, work the ball, get your offense going.
Well, Fleischner has all 4 points. His team leads it 4-0. Nice backdoor cut for Adam.
Pressure man-for-man defense. Up on the ball.
Andrew Herman gives up. They try to back it in. Shaw had it go off his hands momentarily, and Crudup will bring it up for Holmdel. Holmdel with a 4-0 lead.
Not a good shot. There's the inside.
Well, they got it down low to Schrankel, and he scores his first 2 of the ball game.
Good start for Holmdel.
Holmdel up 6-0. Nice pass on the baseline and a good, strong move to the basket, but it won't go for Wenderford.
Schrankel affected that shot.
Jumper outside by Klatsky. Goes off the iron and coming back one-on-one is Nick Shaw. Taking the little man Klatsky to the hole, off blast and good.
Coast to coast. Rebound, keep it, and shoot over the little guy.
And he did with dexterity. First points of the ball game for Mendham as they trail 6-2. Klatsky recognizes the double team, gets it inside, and Schrankel scores easily.
Excellent pass off the pick and roll. The pick and roll, the defender stepped out, they doubled it. He made the release pass to the open man. Not an easy thing to do.
Just good basketball skill there. Mendham trying to work down low to Shaw from the left block. Aired it out, no good, and Crudup the rebound.
Well, they got the ball where they wanted it. Nick's very strong with it on that.
Neither team really rushing the shots here early in the first quarter as we have 5:07 on the clock. Ooh, errant pass. They might have rushed that one a little bit as McKeever launched it out of bounds.
Looks like there's a little mix-up. Fleischer was running the back door, and at the same time, Klatsky was cutting under. I'm not sure who that pass was intended for.
Tom Stead telling his team to slow down. Yeah, I want it inside, but not that badly. 8-2 to score for Holmdel. Nick Shaw from Mendham. Gives up for Shipner, takes a 3, a little long, no good, and the rebound for David Klatsky.
Mendham's come out a little cold, seems to be a little effective.
Crudup wants a 3, long range, off the heel of the rim. Knocked out of bounds which way? It's going to Mendham. They say last touch by the Hornets. Jim Baglan, as we mentioned, in his 19th season. The head coach of Mendham has his team trailing 8-2. They do have the ball here. They call out number 1. Let's see what transpires.
Well, I think he wants to call something out to get something absolutely set up because I don't think he's been too happy with the first 4 or 5 possessions.
Tyler Helbig with a bounce pass, but it's taken away by Crudup. Jeff Crudup, layup, good. And just like that, it's 10-2.
Your worst nightmare as a coach. You come into a game and you get off to a horrible start like this for Mendham, and your best dream for Holmdel. Get off to a good start.
Tyler Helbig. Now they wind it around to the wing, looking for Shaw down low, but let's go back to the left side. Helbig will let it go from long distance. The rebound for Shaw up strong, but won't drop. Body's really crashing inside, and coming down with a rebound is Stefan Schrankel.
Schrankel has definitely controlled the inside.
Oh, traveling? Yes. Traveling violation, and we're going to get a substitution. Jack Guest, one of the first players off the bench, the junior guard, checks in, and going to the bench is Robert Wenderford. 3:37 to play. You see the rebounds. Holmdel with the advantage there. They also lead on the scoreboard, 10-2.
Holmdel doing a real good job defensively. They've covered up on everything.
Shipner in a hurry down the lane, fouled en route. And that's the stoppage of play.
I think Tom Stead is imploring his team, when that guy comes in out of control like that, somebody's got to step in and take a charge, not reach for the ball.
Wait a minute, with the ball underneath.
They'll come in under Mendham's own basket. Nick Shaw. Wind around the Guest. Back out front. Helbig now Shipner. Turns in the paint with a nice left-hand move, and he scores.
Good move. Got it down inside. Fake to his left shoulder, came back over his right shoulder with a little baby hook.
Shifting with his first 2 of the ball game.
Good inside move.
Mendham going man here. Down low. Schrankel kicks it out front for Crudup. Nice ball fake. Back inside. Here is Schrankel off the mark. Once again, it is Nick Shaw controlling the glass, and he comes all the way back with a dribble.
Coast to coast.
Here is Schiffner. Good for 3.
Inside, and now he comes back with the 3. Schiffner, last 5 points.
What was once a 10-2 lead is now just 10-7.
Well, I think we're going to see this game back and forth for a long time. Here's the back door.
Well, I'll tell you what, they just miscommunicated. Crudup showed like he was going back door, and in the pass went just a little too soon, far ahead of him.
Out of his hand.
John Donovan just checks in. He's a sophomore guard.
Takes Crudup's place.
Each team will go to the bench often.
Crudup has scored in excess of 1,400 points in his career at Holmdel.
Yeah, he is one of their all-time leading scorers. In fact, he is the all-time leading scorer for the Hornets.
But what's interesting, I think he scored 1,450 points, and he's also scored that on his SAT.
He's a brilliant kid. We'll talk a little bit more about him later today. Here outside is Andrew Herman off the mark, and Schrankel controls the rebound.
Well, Schrankel's done a good job controlling the inside.
Ryan Snodgrass into the ball game, works out front. Gives up now for Donovan. Schrankel, oh, just a little jumper from a right block. And like a bull in the china shop is Nick Shaw. We got the call.
Nick Shaw sure has exerted himself on that defensive board, and when he comes out with that rebound, it's coast to coast. He's looking to go with it.
Foul is on Stefan Schrankel.
I think their best fast break is Shaw rebounding in it and going the length of the court with it.
Well, there's the reach in right there, and that
was
the foul. Mendham with the basketball almost turned over. Klatsky goes right into press rolls. He almost came up with a steal.
Well, Klatsky's doing a good job of overplaying Helbig here. He's getting on his right hand.
Helbig is the only non-football player.
Holmdel switches to his zone.
Jumper on the baseline, off the mark. And who's it going to go? It's going to go to Holmdel. So nobody touched it going out.
Interesting adjustment by both teams. Holmdel went zone on that one possession. Mendham picked it up right away and ran the zone offense. And that's oftentimes in high school games, that's what you look to do, is create some confusion.
Each team able to handle it so far here today.
Mendham stays man.
Snodgrass with a ball fake. Nice bounce pass on the jumper by Klatsky. Rattles off the rim, no good. And
here comes
once
the
again,
fast
here
break.
is Shaw. Shaw's got 5 rebounds already. They no look pass for Guest. It went out of bounds, and it's going the other way. So we're going to get a substitution. Let's look at this pass again.
Yeah, he tries to make a no-looker. The problem was
Jack Guest wasn't looking.
Nobody was looking.
Ooh,
right
off his chest. So Mendham turns it over, and Crudup, 25 at the bottom of the screen, back in the ball game after a brief rest, but he'll have it out front. He's the point guard. He runs the show. Fleischner goes cross court. On the dribble, they find Fleischner on the baseline, double pump, good basket, and a foul.
Well, we had the dribble penetration. He came off the pick and roll. There was a little mix-up on the defense on the pick and roll. The ball was driven inside by Klatsky. Good kick-out pass. Here it is. And then the finish by Fleischer. And the body by Shaw. Good kick-out pass right there. That's what made the play.
Good body control by Adam Fleischner, and he's at the line looking for his 7th point of the ball game. A little long, no good on the rebound for Andrew Herman for Mendham. 12-7 is the score. We have 24 seconds to play here in this first quarter in our Group 2 championship game in Atlantic City. Jack Guest with the dribble.
2-free zone.
Helbig won the long one, and it won't drop. Nice rebound for Shaw. His put back is good from 15 feet.
Shaw's done a real good job inside, both ends.
So Shaw continues to score. Back the other way, Klatsky with a jumper. His time's winding down. It's off the mark, and the first quarter has come to a close.
Well, just what we might expect.
Holmdel's been able to get the ball inside a little bit more, and I think that's the reason why they lead right now by the score of 12-9 over Mendham. Hope you're enjoying it here on CN8 and the Comcast Network. We'll be back to Atlantic City in just a moment. Well, this winter season is winding down here in Atlantic City, but not too early to start thinking about spring, and make it a habit to tune me in. That's right. Scholastic Sports Weekly with yours truly, Mick Monaghan, brought to you by the New Jersey Nets. Here's one of our viewers right now. See it Wednesday and Friday nights at 7:30.
He's the sixth man.
I think so. And right now his team is leading, as Mendham is on the offensive, trailing by a score of 12-9. Baseline foul. I think it's going to be on Holmdel. Another look at the drive here.
Yeah, we had little dribble penetration, which brought help from the defender. The kickoff, the defender can't get back McKeever and commits the foul. But that's what penetration does. Dribble penetration creates all kinds of problems.
Here is Shaw with a jumper. Banked it in.
Little set play. I'm not sure that the bank shot was what they were looking for, but it counts.
He'll take it. 6 points for Shaw. We have a 1-point Holmdel lead. They have the ball. Prudup wanted it out front and set up backdoor. Good look at David Platsky with the dribble. Finds Jeff Prudup. Thought they might clear out for him one-on-one, but they haven't done that yet. McKeever goes down low. Schrenkel off glass and good.
Well, it's very plain that that's what they want to do. They want to throw 5, 6, 7 passes and then ultimately try to get the ball inside, and they've done so very successful.
Schrenkel's got 6 at one end, and here's a jumper outside. Good long distance by Jeff Schiffner.
Schiffner's shown he can make that 3, and he can also score inside, and we have a tie game.
Schiffner with 8 points in the ball game. We are tied at 14. Baseline drive, reverse layup won't go for Fleischner, and Mendham controls traveling violation. Nick Shaw didn't get rid of it fast enough.
Yeah, well, he's trying to come out with it, and there was some botting up. He lost control of himself. And I think Jimmy Baglin looking for a foul there.
Holmdel has the basketball. David Platsky gives up now for McKeever. Off the mark, a little short. The rebound came right to Andrew Herman. One-on-one with McKeever. Stops and needs some help in a double-team situation. Nice job. Here's the recognition of getting it out in a hurry. Go with a hot hand, and once again, Schiffner knocks down a 3.
Well, there you go. You throw the ball inside. The defenders come down. You kick it outside. That's good. Inside-out basketball.
Schiffner averages 15 a game in the playoffs. He already has 11. Prudup wants a 3 of his own, and he calls home from long distance.
Well, he said you're going to play that way. We have to do the same. Inside out.
We are tied at 17 with 6 minutes to play in this first half. Here's a little half-court trap. But Mendham beats that. And there's a foul. I think it's going to be on Platsky. It is.
Holmdel with those active hands. The ball went inside. Shifton did a good job. He turned, he faced, he was going to attack the basket. Platsky came from behind and fouled.
So the foul on Platsky. 5:49 to play here in this first half. Helbig wants a 3. That's a little long for him. Nice follow in midair and a putback for Andrew Herman.
Again, dribble penetration, and then a throwback gets you a wide open shot. And when people are rotating, oftentimes somebody's going to be open on a rebound.
First lead change of the day as Mendham leads at 19-17. Outside looking to tie it up. Snodgrass missed the jumper. Andrew Herman dribbles right in front of the bench to Coach Baglin. Picks up the play verbally and see what transpires.
Take your time, be patient.
Once again, a long 3, this time off the mark by Schiffner. He made 2 in a row. Holmdel controls the basketball, and here's a cross-court pass for McKeever. Looking for the trail. Snodgrass will set up the offense. Jeff Prudup gives up. Now they swing inside. Nice backdoor cut, and Platsky has his first 2 of the day.
Again, this we talked about in the pregame. These are 2 teams that are very controlled offenses. Pass the ball 5, 6, 7 times and look to get the good one.
Mirror image. That's what we have on a scoreboard. 19s across the board. Steal by Klatsky in the backcourt. En route to the hoop. Layup is good. David Klatsky. He's got 4 in the ball game, and he's right back up in the face of the dribbler, Tyler Helbig.
Little plays like that are going to be important in a game like this because I think it's going to be close all the way. It's going to be decided.
Almost steps, no call, and now Schiffner, offensive foul or block. They're calling a block.
Take a look at that one. Klatsky looked like he was in pretty good shape there. Taking it. Here we come. Here. Oh, this is the kick out. Now here comes Schiffner. Let's see if Klatsky's in.
That was number 3.
Klatsky looked like he was in pretty good shape. Now here he comes with the steal. He's very active defensively.
And we have a timeout on the floor. 21-19 is the score as Holmdel leads it by that 21. What's your most fond memory being here? Basketball games, Mr. Fiore.
Well, it sure has, and I've been involved in a few of them myself as a coach. It's a great place to be. It's like, for these kids, it's the equivalent of the Final Four. It's equivalent to the NCAA tournament.
What's your most fond memory being here?
Well, I guess the first time that we were here and we won a state championship when I was coaching parochial school, Our Lady of the Valley in Orange. And we won our first state championship here, and that's always one that you'll always remember.
Undoubtedly. Both of these teams looking for their first state title as well here today, and we're tied at 21 with 3:50 to play in the first half. Fruta puts it on the floor. Goes to the right side, and the three-point jumper is good by Brian Snodgrass.
Well, Herman got caught. Snodgrass faked the cut to the inside. He came back out, and Herman lost him. And he's wide open and drills the 3.
Helbig, a nice ball fake. Saw the defense jump, but nobody jumped into the lane. Nick Shaw is posting down low at the block. Now they finally get it to him. But he kicks it right back out to Herman. Plays a little 2-man game.
In, back out.
Yes, for 3. That won't drop. Helbig got his hands on it. It's controlled by Snodgrass.
You're seeing both teams do exactly what should be done. The ball goes in, the defense comes down and collapses on it, and then the offensive player throws it back out.
Nice head fake, but the first one won't go, but the second one will for Stefan Schrankel.
Well, for some reason, when the first shot went up, Shaw and Schiffner were running out. And no one was there to block him out, and he winds up getting the second one, and they finally score.
Schrankel's got 8, 26-21, a little run here for Holmdel, but answering in a hurry is Andrew Herman. So Herman's got 4. 26-23, Holmdel will lead in the ball with 2:30 to play here in this first half in Atlantic City in the Group 2 final.
Mendham makes a change here. Now they're playing 1-3-1, which is a defense they use often.
Gives you a chance to trap a little bit more, doesn't it?
Yeah.
In the corner, jumper all the way. Oh, man, for John Donovan.
Yeah, they did a good job. Again, did Holmdel. They saw it, they made the adjustment, they screened the back guy in the corner, wind up with the open shot and drill it.
Holmdel going zone right now. With 1:58 to play here in this first half. Shaw started out fast, but he's been quiet. Helbig with a nice cut. His jumper won't go. They're going to call over the back on Andrew Herman. Well, we talked about Holmdel making a statement, getting the ball down low. That's exactly what they're doing.
Here it is. Into Schrankel.
That was number 4.
Takes the ball inside. There's the miss. Now nobody's around to rebound for him, and he comes back and gets his own and puts it back.
Then good passing set up the next hoop.
Right, you're going to see a little screen along the baseline by 33 Fleischer. Boom, wide open, and he drills it.
John Donovan has his first 2. It's 28-23. 1:36 to play in this first half, and Holmdel has controlled the basketball. Made some better passes and better decisions. That's why they have the lead right now.
I think they've also shot the ball better.
Klatsky holds it out front. Gives up for Donovan. Now just cuts and goes through.
Pass, cut, screen.
Snodgrass down low. Ooh, the ball was tipped away. Saved by Guest, and it goes right to Nick Shaw. Shaw gives up. Herman out front for Guest with 1:04 on the clock. Big possession here for Mendham.
1 minute remaining here in the first half.
Shifter powers up strong. It won't drop for him. And the loose ball is corralled by Fleischner. Long lead pass ahead to Snodgrass. And they look for the trailer. Long jumper for three. No good by Donovan. But there's the putback.
Well, again, Mendham is not doing a good job at all of blocking out on the defensive end at this juncture of the half, and they're paying for it badly.
Oh, here's a steal by Klatsky. Long lead pass ahead. Layup on the way. No good, but a foul. Good power by Adam Fleischner, and he draws the foul from Jeff Schiffner.
And all of a sudden, Mendham has become a little unraveled. Here comes Helbig. The ball is knocked loose by Klatsky. He's always got his hands going. He's a terrific defensive player. Active hands. And then the breakaway and the foul. There's the drag. There's the shot. And a tip in. Nobody gets a body. Nobody gets a body on Fleischner.
And here he is at the free throw line. He misses his first. Fleischner has 8 points and 4 rebounds. Not a bad day so far for the junior, who averages 12.7 in the playoffs. This one's all that. And Fleischner has 9. It's 31-23. We're inside 25 seconds in this first half.
See if Mendham holds and says, let's get out of here and make our adjustments.
Nice backdoor cut, but the shot was changed in midair. Herman had Fleischner in his face, and he changed the arc of his shot. 5 seconds to go. Here comes Klatsky, kicks it out front. Donovan,
nice
jumper,
play.
good.
Nice play. Nice play. That's a set play.
John Donovan nails the three-pointer.
That's excellent coaching. That's a set play just before the half.
Now, the basket was good. I don't think they called a foul, but I'll tell you, Tom Stead wants a foul, and none was called. So the three-pointer will stand.
Now, if we watch this on a replay, this is an absolute, what they call a drag. He's going to dribble the ball into the corner when we see it. And then he's just going to throw the ball back out off a double screen that was being set up. That's a set play. Excellent.
There was a little contact after the shot, but nothing called, and we have our halftime score of 34-23 as Holmdel leads West Morris Mendham in this group.
And then he's just going to throw the ball back out off a double screen that was being set up. That's a set play. Excellent.
There was a little contact after the shot, but nothing called, and we have our halftime score of 34-23 as Holmdel leads West Morris Mendham in this Group 2 championship game. Hope you're enjoying it here on CN8, the Comcast Network. We'll be back in just a moment. And probably the field goal percentage is the most telling thing, Coach.
Well, for sure. Mendham just hasn't made anything on the perimeter. Everything they've gotten has been inside with either Shaw or Schiffner, and they have to get some scoring from other people.
Also, a slight edge in rebounds for Holmdel as well. That's why they lead it 34-23. We're underway. Second half action here in this Group 2 championship game in Atlantic City. David Klatsky, the pass went off the toe of Fleischner. It's loose on the floor, and the Minutemen have it. Nick Shaw will hand off, and Tyler Helbig will bring it up. So the Mendham fans trying to rally their team back to life here in the second half. Tyler Helbig, nice baseline move, beats his man, layup won't go. Shaw the follow, and he's fouled from behind by Schrenkel.
But you see, that penetration does create some problems for the defense. Now, Helbig takes it to the lane. Schrenkel has to come over and help. When the shot is missed, there's no one to block Shaw out. So he gets to the offensive boards, and that's what they need to do. They need to start penetrating the basketball.
Shaw with 8 rebounds, and that one put him at the line all net. And his first from the free throw line is his 19th year, Jim Baglin. Looking for a comeback from his team in the second half. All net again. So Shaw starts the second half 2 for 2 at the strike.
Well, both teams, the beginning of the second half is important. Obviously, Holmdel wants to extend the lead. Mendham has to get back in.
Nice penetration, and a run away by McKeever won't go. Loose balls on the floor, and Holmdel comes up with it. The big man, Schrenkel, got it. Fleischner kicks it back to Klatsky, trying to knock it down, and he does.
Well, they out-hustled Mendham for a loose ball. They come up with it, and they bites him because they wind up getting a 3.
He's got 7 points, does Klatsky. 37-25. Here's a turnover as Stefan Schrankel will control it, and Klatsky will bring it up. Earlier today, as they were getting dressed, he knocked down a divider in the locker room, and the coach said, "Hey, Klatsky, I hope you knock down more than that today." And so far, he's got 7 points.
Well, he's not only has he have 7 points, but he's played very well. He's played very well defensively, and he's done a good job of running the team. That was one of the few turnovers that he's had right there.
Both coaches on their feet. 37-25 the score here with Holmdel out front in the third quarter. Herman gives up, looking for Helbig. Jack Guest pops out up top, had a shot, didn't take it right away. Shaw on the baseline. Pump fake, got his man off his feet, scooped to the hoop. Ooh, it just rolled off, no good. Had a lot of English on it, and it didn't catch the front of the iron and drop.
Shaw's playing with a little energy here. He takes the ball to the hole, he misses it, but he gets his hand back on it. They still have to find somebody else to score.
Comes back into Shaw, spots for a 3, and he didn't drain it. It came off that back of the iron. Loose ball foul. Who's it on?
I believe it's on Fleischner.
That's a tough call either way, but Adam Fleischner whistled down for the violation.
Well, sometimes just the bounce of the ball. It bounced away from him, and going after it, he made contact.
Schiffner wanted the 3. They didn't give it to him. They go the other way to Guest. Herman, skip pass. Helbig, nice bounce pass, but Klatsky got a hand on it to knock it off.
Klatsky gets his hands on a lot of balls defensively. Makes great anticipation. Smart defender.
Snodgrass comes in, and then McKeever will go out. McKeever's given him some solid minutes today. Snodgrass usually the first man off the bench, and he's first off the bench here in the third quarter for Holmdel as they lead it 37-25.
Schiffner's been very quiet after he had that quick splurge early on.
Shaw's turnaround won't go. This ball's last touched by who? Last touched by Mendham. So Holmdel will have the basketball.
Mendham just can't make shots.
Once again, Holmdel in blue with the lead, 37-25. With 5:39 to play here in the third quarter. I think Mendham is trying to make a concerted effort of pounding it down low. Curtis wants a jumper, and it's all net for him. A former CN8 New Jersey Nets Scholar Athlete of the Week. Knocks it down.
Well, this game is getting critical right now. Mendham has to start to close this thing before it gets out of hand, because they're not explosive enough to get way behind.
Schiffner off the back of the iron, and the rebound for Stefan Schrankel. Long lead pass, and it's going in the press rush.
Coach Stead is telling them, we don't need that, David. We don't need that. Run our offense.
And the pass is incomplete.
Sure, you hate to give up possession. Set play, 2 play.
Jack Guest works on the left side.
Scissor the post.
They're looking for Shaw. He spots, lets it go, and it won't drop for him either. They really need to pound the ball inside and kind of work their way back to the three-point line.
Yeah, the problem is if Shaw's shooting from out there and Schiffner's shooting from out there and they miss, there's no one to offensive rebound. So, you know, it's become very complicated because the other guys aren't willing to step up and shoot it.
Snodgrass will, and he drains a three-pointer for Holmdel.
This game is slowly getting out of hand. Jimmy Baglam needs to talk it over here, and he does. Timeout.
The Minutemen call time as Mendham sees this game starting to slip away, 42-25. They just haven't come out with a vengeance here in this third quarter, and it's starting to slip away.
Well, it seems like nobody on the perimeter wants to step up. It seems to be either Schiffner or Shaw.
Holmdel leads at 42-25. Jim Baglan has to find a way to stop the bleeding right now.
Well, I think a big part of their problem has really been offensively. They just can't score, and they have... And, you know, like you said, you can't go periods of time without making shots.
Tyler Helbig has screwed up on him down low. They'll just kick it out front. Schiffner almost had it knocked away. Now they're calling a foul. And I think that the reach-in is going to be on Adam Fleischner. Holmdel fans don't like it, but that's going to be the whistle. And a slide in from Fleischner himself. Mendham will inbound with 4:07 to play in this third quarter. They need some points. Schiffner thought about a three, gives up for Herman. Tyler Helbig has the jumper, and Tyler connects.
Yeah, they need him to step up. Tyler has to step up, become more aggressive offensively.
They had 16 against Leonia. Matter of fact, scored double figures in every playoff game they've had. He doesn't have many here today.
Well, he's not taking it upon himself to score, and he has to.
Going to call a kick on Jack Guest out front. That stops play. So the Hornets of Holmdel will inbound just to our right. Tom Stead, hands on hips, but his team leads it 42-27. Prudip gives up for Fleischner. Nice bounce pass down low, and Schreikel tries to finish, but there was a lot of reaching all the way from out front, periodically all the way inside, and finally they called a foul, and Schreikel will go to the line.
Mendham is getting to the point where they're going to have to try to do something here to change the game. The game is kind of sneaking away from them. The time is running out. The lead is being maintained. They have some kind of a press or something that they have to try to change the game with. Because it'll help them offensively, too, if they can get a few steals and get some in transition.
Schreikel has 9. He's looking for double figures. His playoff average is 14.7. He's got 10. Now we're going to have a substitution. Luke Dillon will check into the ball game. Is that Luke Dillon or Luke Perry? I can't tell. The sideburn look. That's right. So Luke Dillon checks in for Mendham.
You know, Schreikel, we look at his stats, we look at his points, we look at his rebounds, but he's done a real good job defensively in there, too, on Nick Shaw.
Nice crossover dribble, and it comes up in a hurry to Herman. Schiffner finds Dillon. Oh, he threw it out front, but nobody was there. Finally, Herman will retrieve it and pick it up, and he reset the offense. Does Mendham. 44-27, Mendham trailing. They have the ball, and we're going to look at a blocking foul on the baseline. And this is going to be on Stefan Schreikel.
Schreikel backed off for Shaw that time, absolutely defied him to shoot the ball at about 15 feet. Nick wouldn't. He tried to put it on the floor and did create the foul situation.
Schreikel will go out, and then McKeever, the 6-foot junior, will come in. Shaw with the inbound pass. Gets it out front for Herman. A little bit of a trapping 1-3-1 now for Holmdel as they go zone, forcing Mendham to shoot outside. And here's a steal by Klatsky.
Klatsky again.
Tips it ahead to Krudip. Krudip's layup good.
Klatsky does a terrific job of anticipating passes and getting in passing lanes. Got his hands up, active all the time.
Nice no-look pass, but Schiffner wasn't expecting it. Now here's Klatsky again getting a hand on it, trying to cause a turnover, and we got a reach-in foul.
And Mendham is coming unrouted.
I believe it was on Krudip. Like you said, Krudip, 1,450 points, 1,450 on his SATs. He's been nominated as a McDonald's High School All-American. Down low, Schiffner powers inside. It's one of the first inside baskets in this third quarter. We have 2:20 to play.
Yeah, and he really hasn't touched the ball inside very much. And Mendham does come out with a little bit of a press here. Does create a quick shot situation and comes up with a turnover. I think they're going to have to do some of that to try to just change the game.
Snodgrass checks back in the ball game, and Coach Backlund likes what he sees with Nick Shaw, who blocked that shot and was able to tip it out off the defender. Tyler Helbig brings it up. He and Jack Guest run the three-guard offense with Andrew Herman. Cross-court pass. Jack Guest deep in the corner, draws the double team, passes back out front, and Helbig is off the mark. Schiffner tries to keep it alive. It's going out of bounds. And the Hornets have the basketball. Holmdel with the ball and a 46-29 lead.
And here they are in the press. See how effectively they can. Oh, nobody covering deep. Oh, my goodness.
Snodgrass wide open. Reverse layup is good. That's pretty. Ryan Snodgrass.
Nobody bothering the passer or nobody covering deep. That has to be a mistake.
48-29. Holmdel. Snodgrass has 8 of those points. Andrew Herman with a skip pass. Schiffner travels with a basketball. He turns it over.
Holmdel just does a very good job defensively, rotating to every shot.
They contest everything.
They're on everybody. They're on everybody. There are no open shots. And you have to ball fake them and go around them.
And even when you have to think about putting the ball on the floor, usually you travel and do something funny, and that's exactly what's been happening. Here is Shaw with a big rebound. He may take this himself. Fans out to the right wing.
See, when you don't play fast break basketball and you get behind like this, it's tougher. Every shot, every score, there's the ball fake and the shot. That's what you have to do.
Jack Guest nails that one, his first two of the day.
Because they rush you.
48-31. Holmdel in the third quarter with a commanding lead. Ooh, here's a long three. Off the mark, no good by Snodgrass. In a hurry, Nick Shaw back to the foul line. Still going himself. There's a blocking foul. No basket. Foul before. It will not count.
But again, now they're opening up the game a little bit. They're having an awful time scoring in half court, so they're looking to push and score in transition, and we're going to the foul line. I guess they're not over the limit yet.
Foul is on John Donovan. And checking into the lineup is Dan Caparo. On the inbounds, Schiffner lets it fly for three. No good, and a rebound by Caparo, the sophomore. Well, 25 seconds to play here in this third quarter.
I like to see Holmdel hold it for one. Good spacing, good passing.
Snodgrass and Klatsky control out front. The clock's at 12. We've got to start their penetration soon. Klatsky with the dribble all the way to the hole. Scoops it. It was tipped. Mendham comes down with it all the way to midcourt. One long throw is going to be short. Yes, it is short. And this third quarter has come to a close. Holmdel led at the half, 34-23. After three quarters, the Hornets still continue this lead of 48-31. 8 minutes stand between Holmdel and their first ever group championship. We'll come back to Atlantic City with that fourth quarter in just a moment here on CN8, the Comcast Network. To make him do it again. Full court man pressure.
The trap.
Nice passing to get the ball to the middle of the floor, and the big man, Schrankel, almost traveled. Crudup wants a jumper for three, no good. Schrankel, the offside rebound. The putback is good. Stefan Schrankel scores again. The center's having a big day. He's got 12 points in this one. 50-33, and they're still pressing. Schiffner down the lane, off glass, a little too strong, and Schrankel there for the rebound for Holmdel. Schrankel with 7 rebounds, so he's close to a double-double today. Klatsky had it rejected from behind, right to Crudup, double pump, and he draws the foul.
Well, you know, Holmdel's had the answers. Mendham comes out in the press. They attack the press very easily and very nicely and wind up attacking it twice and scoring. So, you know, there just isn't a heck of a lot more you can do here.
Here's your all-time leading scorer at the school. Nominated as a McDonald's High School All-American. And Crudup rattles the first one off the iron, no good. 50-33, Holmdel leads it with 7 minutes remaining.
Well, Crudup's had an outstanding career at Holmdel. Approaching 1,500 points in a career.
32 is Brian Snodgrass, the junior, back into the ball game. He's had some major shots today as well.
They've gotten good leadership out of Klatsky.
They have. He's kind of been the catalyst, forcing people off stride.
Yeah.
Shaw from 15, no good. And the rebound again for Schrankel. That's his 8th rebound today.
Jimmy Baglin is over there pulling his hair out.
Now, you mentioned Coach Baglin in his 19th year has never been to a championship game, but all the 20-win-plus seasons he's had, this is his first trip here, and it's not going quite nicely for him. But there's a big rejection by Shaw.
I didn't realize that.
Nail-biting time for the coach.
Jimmy's had such an outstanding coaching career. I mean, 380-some wins in 19 years and county championships and so forth. And it shouldn't happen this way for him.
He beat Roselle in the state sectional title game 3 years in a row they knocked Roselle out, but they always had trouble getting to this one. This year they get here, and it's just not going his way. 51-33 the score. Shaw is at the free throw line.
Well, he said it before the game. He said, if we don't shoot, you know, in the high 40%, we're not going to win, and they sure haven't done that.
Shaw now has 11 points, 11 rebounds. We've heard everything about Shaw being so big, strong, athletic. He hasn't disappointed. A double-double for his team here today.
Shaw's played well. He just hasn't had enough help. Schiffner had a nice spurt early on where he had, I think, 7 or 10 points in a row, and then he hasn't responded since then. Not his fault, because some of these other guys just won't step up.
Here's the press. Klatsky in the backcourt. Long lead pass ahead to Donovan.
Nice job of spacing the floor.
Oh, nice tip from behind by Shaw to cause the turnover.
They have a 3-on-2. Let's see what happens.
Schiffner almost carried. Fans wanted a violation, uncalled, and now they call a holding foul.
Well, he had a 3-on-2. He probably should have given the ball up.
Foul called on Snodgrass.
Jimmy Baglin imploring his team. Make these two, get into the press, stay after.
When guys like you were coaching me as I was growing up, they always told you on the break you want to stop at the foul line. I think sometimes things get so congested, that's where the problems start.
Yeah, well, you know, you want to do it all by yourself, and you shouldn't.
First one good for Jeff Schiffner, the sophomore. Just a sophomore, 6'5", 215. He's got 16 points today, looking for 17. He's got it. He's having a good ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. They just haven't had enough help.
Now here's some fouls, and I'll tell you what, with 6:11 to go, if you want to play that route, go ahead and foul right away and don't let that time tick off the clock.
That's right. You have to extend the game. You have to make the game longer. You have to make them make free throws. If you want to win, these are the things you have to do.
That's what Coach Baglin wants to do, but how about Coach Stead over there?
Well, he wants to keep the ball hopping, keep the ball moving. You know, you can't stop playing yet. There's too much time.
Klatsky with a nice one-look pass, but they can't finish inside with Fleischner, and back comes Tyler Helbig. Gives up for Shaw. Shaw powers up, off glass, won't go. A rebound for Donovan. Ball 4 white shirts. Donovan bounce passes it all the way across midcourt. Here's the trailer. Klatsky, nice look inside, and the big man will finish. Stefan Schrenkel.
There's the example of what we were talking about on the 3-on-2. The ball came to Klatsky. He stopped it at the foul line, just as you diagrammed it, Mick. And he makes the next pass, and they score.
Just as I diagrammed it. Back the other way. Oh, good basket and a foul. He rattled it home, did Jeff Schiffner.
He was going to the goal line.
Well, he powered it home. Like we said, they start 4 football players, and put your head down and hit the hole.
All right, he's going to the goal line.
Boom.
He's a sophomore.
19 points for the big sophomore, a chance for 20 in a state championship game. And he's got it. 20 points in the ball game for Jeff Schiffner, the sophomore. Long lead pass to midcourt. It goes to Fleischner behind the defense. Good basket. Oh, they're calling an intentional foul.
Well, that's a big one because you get the 2, you get 2 free throws, and you get the ball. And Nick Shaw just fell asleep. He lost sight of the out-of-bounds pass, and again, Klatsky makes the play. Look at his pass. Or I'm sorry, this isn't Klatsky.
Vinny McKeever.
Vinny McKeever, excellent pass, excellent look.
Intentional foul? I don't know.
This can go to a 6-pointer now.
Well, he missed the free throw, but Holmdel will have possession.
Well, doesn't he get an extra one? Sure, he gets 2 on the intentional.
Right. Looking for his 12th point to go along with 4 rebounds today. And he's got it.
And now they get the ball out of bounds.
And you got to think about celebrations here at Atlantic City. You're up 56-40 with 5:26 to go. Maybe not yet.
Not yet. Not if you're coaching. Not yet.
Oh, no. Buddy picking up the inbound passer. There you go. Fleischner with a basket.
Nice designed out of bounds play.
He was wide open, was Adam Fleischner. 14 points for him.
Tommy Stead has done a real nice job with this team.
Jack Guest wants a long one, no good. Tyler Helbig, the rebound, rejected by Klatsky from behind. Okay, he may be an MVP. May not be.
Great pass. Great pass.
Klatsky's doing it all. He's like the engine that drives the train.
Absolutely. He's just unselfish. He's not worried about scoring.
He almost knocked that one away. Throws a hand in a man's face, but still, Tyler Helbig calls home for 3. 60-43.
Helbig's got to step up. There it is. Steal, score. He gets
Helbig's
it.
playing.
Foul on the play.
Wouldn't drop for him, though. Tyler Helbig. Just a junior.
Jimmy Baglin imploring his team, get alive. Let's go. You played a whole season. You got 4.5 minutes. Go full throttle.
Helbig on the line.
So Tyler will step up with some free throws here.
Time is called.
And we have a timeout called by Mendham. 4 minutes and 37 seconds to play in this ball game in the fourth quarter. 60-43 with Holmdel out front.
Look at that pass. Look at that. He has great court awareness. He sees and he's unselfish.
Well, it looks like Holmdel's marching to victory, but CN8 will have more exciting high school sports all month long in our march to victory. Mark your calendars now. Be sure to watch the grand finale Monday. Has a 60-43 lead with 4:37 to play, getting good production basically from everybody in the lineup. Fleischner may have 16 points, but we talk about the play of Klatsky. Has all the young fans happy except for this guy from Mendham. He's a little minute man who sees time running out.
Oh, boy, he's aware, isn't he? He's the next point guard.
Could be. It looks like a little bit of a frown there.
Well, with the way Holmdel is coached, and Tom Stead has done a real fine job, you can see it, coaching this team. That 16-point lead, which it is now in 4.5 minutes, is probably going to be tough to overcome.
Helbig has 6. He's looking for one more.
Stranger things have happened.
And he's got it. So Tyler Helbig knocks down 2. We're at a 15-point deficit, 60-45. And here comes Jeff Crudup. And Crudup now becomes the point guard in control. They may call on him to wind down some of this clock out front. Good pressure from Guest, but right there, cutting behind the double team, is Klatsky. Guest almost came up with a steal. Crudup in the paint has it kicked out by Shaw.
Well, they're just killing the clock, spreading the floor. These are big plays, these out-of-bounds plays. They've scored off the last one. See what they run.
Double high post, man at each elbow.
They're just interested in getting it inbounds.
Looks like they're going to kill a little bit of clock now, too, with Crudup out front, working on Jack Guest. Klatsky dribbles all the way in and picks it out.
Good passing, good spacing.
Nice four-corner rotation here. I don't think they'll dump it into the low post. They'll knock it back out front.
I think you got to start fouling. You can't just let them run the clock out on you. You got to get into lanes and foul.
And there's the reach in, blocking foul call on Jack Guest. But the clock's down to 3:41. You know, fouling your way back into a ball game is a tough way to do it, but if you're going to do it, you really have to pull the trigger in a hurry.
Yeah, well, you have no chance otherwise. If you're going to just let them come down and run 35, 40 seconds off every possession, you know, and you're down 15, you're not going to give yourself a chance. The only thing you can do is foul, extend the game, hope they miss.
Holmdel ran off a minute and 2 before that foul.
If they make them, they're going to beat you anyway.
Crudup works out front with Klatsky. David Klatsky, the junior, will be back. Oh, there's a reach in. And talk about picking a pocket. Well, Tyler Helbig did just that.
Yeah, that's what he has to do. Now let's see if Klatsky can make his free throws. My bet is that he will.
Klatsky seems like he's done everything else here today. Came in with a playoff average of 7.2. His big game was 12 against Neptune. You know, they lost to Neptune by 10 in the Shore Conference tournament. Beat them, and that may have fueled their fire to this championship run. Back the other way in a hurry. Layup good for Andrew Herman.
Well, that's all you can do.
And that stops a 7-0 run with 3:17 to go.
Now, if you're Tommy Stead, you're sitting over there and you're saying, oh my God, it's going to be a long 3 minutes. We got to make our free throws.
3:17 to go, 60-47. Schrackle goes to the line. And the big man will knock it down. That snaps the 7-0 run. Well, I'll stand corrected.
Well, if you're going to, we talked about this in an earlier game. If you're going to win championships, at the end, you've got to make free throws. It's going to always come down to this.
Well, the second one is missed, but it goes right back to Schreikel, and Steffen will control. Snodgrass, almost threw it away.
They do a good job of passing the ball. I don't hold on to it too long.
Krudup goes up on the baseline. There's the little man fade away, really a no man's land, and Klatsky had nowhere to go but put it right up in the net. 2:55 to play. Still plenty of time. Bad dribble. Klatsky with a steal. Long lead pass ahead to Krudup. Layup good and a foul. And that may just about do it.
That may be the killer. That might be the nail. He had the ball, trying to do it again by himself.
Once again, Klatsky starting it with a steal. And Krudup, who has a 15-point average, but dropped to 9 in the playoffs, now is looking for his 13th point. He's got it.
Well, they've got excellent balance. Let's go up and down the lineup. You know, who's got 13, who's got 12, who's got 10.
Mendham trying to fire a 3, no good by Herman, and there's a foul that stops the clock, and if they don't foul there's a 3-on-none going back the other way. And we talked about, defense all day long being a big thing that Klatsky's been able to do, and just gets a hand in there to start the fast break.
We've talked about him a lot today, haven't we, Mick, over the fact that he gets his hands on a lot of balls, and out of it he creates a lot of offense. He's just... When you're building a team, you need a point guard, and he's giving them excellent point guard play, both ends of the court.
Fleischner makes the first.
Fleischner's had a very, very good game.
He goes to 18 points. Won't get the roll there, though. He'll be stuck on 17 with 2:30 to play. 65-47, Holmdel has led basically throughout. Jack Guest on the baseline, and it goes right into the bench. Nobody touched it. Holmdel will have the basketball with 2:24 to go.
Well, I can assure you that Mendham is a better team than they've shown today. They've just, there's a great out-of-bounds play again. They throw the home run.
1-on-1, Krudup, reverse layup, no good. Tyler Helbig the rebound, and they want to run. They have to. Helbig in transition, gives up for Jack Guest. No look pass. Ooh, that was tipped away by Schreikel. Things just won't go right for Mendham today.
Holmdel has a lot to do with that. That's great recovery by Schreikel.
The chance behind us, it's all over by the Holmdel faithful. They lead it 65-47 with 1:50 to play. That ball got kicked, and Holmdel still has possession.
They can celebrate.
Just his third season, and it looks like Coach Stead's going to get a championship.
Hey, it's easy, isn't it? That's what he's going to be thinking. Gee, this isn't so tough. I'm here 3 years, and, we're a champion already.
He's going to pull a couple of starters out of the ball game. Adam Fleischner will check out.
But you have to say that he's done a very nice job of coaching this team. They've played well both ends of the court. They've played smart. They play together. They play hard. There are a couple elements. You tell kids, play hard, play smart, play together, and you got a chance, and they do that.
And yet the guys off the bench really picked things up today as well. Has it with about 20 seconds to go. Donovan will bring it up. Holmdel fans on their feet celebrating the championship. They're going to win it. Their first time ever in a final and their first victory. And Mendham makes its first trip here, and it's going to be wait till next year for them. Time winds out. Two Shore Conference teams win championships. Long Branch, the Group 3 winner, and the Group 2 champ goes to Holmdel. The Hornets, under head coach Tom Stead, win their first ever championship. Coaches congratulate each other, and it's celebration time for the Shore Conference, which is making a bid to be the top conference in the NJSIAA.
Well, they sure did themselves well today, did themselves proud, and it's amazing they beat two teams from the same conference up in New Jersey, because Mendham and Parsippany